Hello and welcome to a very special edition of the Full Force News Burst, brought to you by Generals Joe's Reborn.com with me, Christopher McLeod AKA Diagnostic 80. Hasbro have very graciously given me this wonderful crossover toy to do a cheeky review with, so let's roll out. Knowing is half the battle. Yo Joe and Full Force. Right then, I'll just move the mic out of the way a bit. You're probably going to change, my voice is going to change dramatically now. Anyway, wow. Guys, hey? Check this out. Look at the box. Let's start with the box art, eh? Okay, so massive shout out to the Transformers and G.I. Joe brand team. See, repping both, crossing the streams as it were, and even a little hidden Cobra. So yes, let's talk about this wonderful, wonderful box art. I love the fact they've kind of combined both kind of almost like vintage styles here. So on the one side you've got Megs, on the left as you look at it, Decepticon Megatron HISS Tank there in that classic text font box. That sounds like actually a good Transformers name. And then obviously we've got this beautiful Megatron artwork on the front. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. In any case, yes, Transformers there as well, more than meets the eye, in the purple Decepticon colouring as well, because obviously it's Megatron as a HISS tank. And then on the other side, we've got the Baroness and the HISS tank. Like, just so cool, so cool. I like what they've done with the artwork here, like this additional aspect on the turret weapon, because obviously you've got Megatron's massive cannon, haven't you, to kind of incorporate. So that's pretty dope. And obviously there's, again, beautiful artwork of the Baroness there. Just want to make sure I get it on screen. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, really into this at the moment. And obviously on either side we have G.I. Joe style, kind of like, you know, as you would have on the side of the box in a G.I. Joe vehicle, which is really cool. Again, the text, the font colours, everything, very vintage. You spin it round, and on this side, you've got what would appear on a G1 box. You know, that kind of, you know, the grid, the 80s grid section, and the renders of the vehicle the renders of Megatron in vehicle mode and in robot mode, and the Baroness O-ring figure there as well. Very, very awesome. On top, we have you know, a mix of both. Again, like kind of crossing the streams a little bit, aren't we? And I love this kind of like connection here on the side. I think that's really dope. And you've got these again. These will slide open once I show you. Once I get to that part, you're probably like, just hurry up. We don't really want to see the box. And then look at that as well on the bottom. So all the legal gumph on one side, and the little collaborative crossover logo on the Transformers side. Very nice indeed. Good start then, really good start. Now, it has like tape to open it on the box sides, but obviously we've got to do it the proper way, haven't we? So I've got my little knife. That ain't a knife. And it's just got these like circular stickers. Can you see that? So it's got them like literally dotted on all the way around the box. So there's one here. Now what's really cute about the bit on the front here is you can see Megatron's arm kind of crosses over to the other side. So that's really nice. Kind of creates like a little thing to kind of latch onto. But I'm going to be very careful here in snipping these. He says, destroying everything about it. I like this. I really do like this already. I don't care about what's inside now. I just like what's going on the outside, because I'm like, you know, shallow like that. I don't care what's on the inside. I'm all about what's on the outside. Clearly, it's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's actually quite simple. I feel like myself. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of those kind of jokes throughout, so I'm just warning you now. Feel free to turn off whenever you like. Okay, it's a little bit looser now. I've removed the tape, obviously. So now we just slide these off. Oh, it's so good, so good. So we've got the big H logo on one side, but on this side we've got the top secret like files. Oh, they're nice. So you've got these little I'm just going to put these to the side. kind of out of the way and smack into my microphone as much as possible. I didn't really show you the back, did I? Did I show you the back? I probably didn't. So let's look at the back quickly while it's not in one piece anymore. But yeah, you can. It just shows you what's in the backs. There you go. Look. There you go. Just so you got a nice viewpoint of it. I realised that as I was putting it over. I'm like, I don't think I've shown them the back yet. Okay. So now we have this like rather large, what is effectively a selects box. I thought that said mortgage HISS Tank for a second, then in the reflection it didn't. It says Megatron HISS Tank 2022, and again it's just like your classic openy box thing. Yeah, I don't know words. Slide that open and you've got them in here like this. Now Baroness is nowhere to be seen, which is not the same, is it, as when we saw them expose this. So I think it's behind this box, Baroness, but that's fine. Let's have a look at Megatron while he's in this position. So look at that. Oh, look at that. Like big, like huge like HISS Tank gribbly bits, kibble, sorry, dotted around, and then obviously your kind of weapons and your cannon and your kind of turret guns as well. So there he is, looking dope. Actually looks really good in as a HISS Tank, I think. But that's one of the things, isn't it? It must be really difficult with the collaborations of these kind of crossovers. I know like everyone kind of jumps to like Ore Striker and Beachcomber. That's always like a real obvious one. So as I slide this out, sorry, that was really uncouth and clumsy of me. But yeah, there's Megatron. And if we spin him round, there he is again. His like shoulders creeping through the back. There you go. So again, it's all, there are plastic ties I think on these, unless they're those, no, I think they are plastic ties. This was prior to them switching to non-plastic packaging, but the majority of it is card, which is great. So I'll just put Megatron down for a second. We'll look at the Baroness. I guess this means I have to open the Baroness on card, which is like so against everything. No, it's not. I mean, I open figures, and I'm getting another one of these, so I'm definitely going to open this one. So there she is, Baroness on the retro card. Really cool. Again, like you got the kind of classic artwork there. I believe that was Hector Greedo, was it, that did the Baroness, that particular Baroness artwork? I know, like, obviously Hector did so much of the early stuff, and you know, he did loads of awesome pieces. But I also know Doug Hart was on it, and Earl Norham. So yeah, basically beautiful. We get this carded figure as well. Baroness in there. Let's have a close look at the Baroness with a rifle and her backpack, I believe. Yes, the backpack, the rifle. I love the rifle. Love that. Just in general. But yeah, and again, no. Like you're basically looking at, you know, your standard bubble at the moment. There's quite a lot of depth on that bubble though. Can you see how it's much longer than the backpack one? They're kind of in the back in the day, because she's like, her arms are kind of protruding forward a little bit, aren't they? So you kind of, they have to fill that space a little bit. But I wonder why they couldn't recess that a touch. Oh well, it's kind of irrelevant. And on the back it's really nice. We've got a file card with a multilingual selection on it, which isn't for most people's tastes, of course, but kind of what they have to do in these scenarios. And then the beautiful artwork with the HISS Tank there. Look, that's really nice. I love that there's another aspect, there's another kind of clear view of that artwork in another way on this particular release, which is great. So love that. She looks good actually. Show a close up of the head. I will get her out. Whee! So we will get to, you know, actually see the figure inside. And we've also got the instruction gubbins, which is on one of these old school like Transformers style you know, stages of transformation. I forgot I was going to have to do that on camera. That's going to be embarrassing, isn't it? I used to do Masterpiece Transformers reviews, and the worst part of doing a Masterpiece Transformers review was actually transforming the thing and then speeding it up afterwards. I looked worse at it by doing that. But anyway, and there's also a little kind of bit of paper in there, which is just your standard, like legal, your warning, and all of the kind of, I suppose, what do they call it? Like the safety. It's a safety leaflet, guys. Can't lose that. If you lose that, then you're not safe anymore. Right, so that is effectively everything that's in this box, just to prove it to you. See, empty. So nice little packaging, like really great packaging. I have to say that, you know, if I didn't have a toy at the end of this, I still would have a bloody amazing display packaging piece. So far, so ruddy good. Should we pop Megs out of his prison, as they say, as nobody says. I'm just going to snip out all of these little plastic bits, so I'll see you on the other side of that, because it would just be so boring if I just sat here and did this the whole time, and you're just like, dude, why are you recording this? Okay, so out comes most the roof and canopy of the HISS Tank, but still very, very dope. Man, I'm so excited to see how this all kind of goes together as well. So we've got the HISS Tank roof and canopy, and turret, I should say. Megatron's blaster. Look at that. Cannon. It's got a little bit of the hollow aspect inside there, look, so yeah. That'll just clip on his arm anyway, or on the top of the turret, so who cares? Here's the little back end, Kitty said, with the Cobra logo on it, and the foot pegs, so you can stand on it as well. So that's the back part of the HISS, and some detailing inside as well, which is really nice. Always really nice to see that detailing. Lovely stuff. Making a right pig's ear of this. Like, there's one of the turret weapons. Pachoo, pachoo. Lovely stuff. Again, nice detailing on that. Flip it around so you can actually see the detailing inside as well. A little bit of detail inside. Cheeky. That's that. The other one's identical, but I'm still going to put it up to the camera and include it in the video because lols. There you go. There's the other one. I could just be holding the same one up, couldn't I? You'd never know. It's actually not true. Oh, I couldn't do that. Right. Oh, Meg's just come straight out. There he is. Oh, he's a chod. So here we have Megatron in kind of like sort of robot mode at the moment. So I don't know where we are in the phases here, so I'm gonna have to get the instructions out, because even though I'm a Transformers fan, my goodness, I have like terrible, like I could never, you just gave me a Transformer. If I was a kid back in the day, no worries, but they were, you know, some of them were a lot way more simple back then. But like nowadays, give me the same figure, I'd struggle with it for ages. But I popped his feet out so the feet poke out there, look, and just walk straight back in like so. So yeah, they're exposed now, so he can stand up at least. There's a lot of girth to this Megatron, and I do like that. Now, I will start by saying that. Well, I should have started by saying this originally, but I am a big Transformers fan. I always have been. I had quite a few of the toys when I was a kid, and it was one of those ones that genuinely stuck with me throughout my childhood. And like G.I. Joe is obviously my main love, but Transformers has always been there. I do like my Megatron repaints. I do like the old like G2s and the unreleased deco. I'll be happy to include Megatron HISS Tank up there as well. Now he looks super awesome. I've just moved these down, so you've got these kind of like thigh missile launchers, which are really awesome. But like, let's get a good close up of him. There's his face, look. Wicked head. I mean, you know, iconic as all heck, that head sculpt. You know, everything's very Megatron-y. It's amazing they've managed to do this, because this is something I've wanted for so many years. Like Transformers G.I. Joe collaborations, just to have like, you know, your O-ring figures kind of, you know, or like your smaller figures going into a vehicle and then it transforming. For me, that just seemed like a no-brainer for so many years. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but for me, that's just something that I thought it has to happen at some point. And now that it has, I'm just so stoked that it exists. And of course, with Bumblebee and Stalk around the corner as well, and possibly even more, I'm super excited about this. Right, so I'm going to attempt to transform this on screen, and you guys are going to hate every single second of it. Let's form Megatron, I guess, sort of first. So it looks like I'm right in the thigh missiles. Thistles. With the HISS Tank roof and canopy, this actually folds down like so at that join, and then you have the kind of turret kind of sticking at the back, and this is what's going to create Megatron's back kibble, as it were. So that little hinge kind of clip on the back here will lock into that little, those two little pegs there. There we go. So yeah, give it a bit of push and it'll pop straight in the back there. But that did take a few moments to really kind of get an idea as to how much I had to kind of give it. Also, the arms popped out while I was doing that, so I'll just pop them back in, and I'll put them down. There we go. So now Megs has got his back kibble on, as you can see. As you can see, the canopy kind of like folds down at the back like so. Check out my butt from through the canopy. Okay, so he's got a little shield here, which, you know, it's a bit of a cop-out sometimes, isn't it, when you have to hold half of your bum? But I can understand it. We're not dealing with Cybertronian technology here yet. I mean, the engineering on these is remarkable, like, anyway. So, it's, you know, the way that these guys work out how to, you know, get these things to do what they got to do, engineering-wise, I mean, that blows my mind, genuinely. You can actually hold it on the side of his hand, because there's a little hole. There's a little hole in the side there as well that you can hold it in. So there you go. Shall I do that then? Yeah, there we go. So it's kind of like he's holding that on the side there. He's got his turret cannons, which I imagine, yep, I'm going to pop in here anyway. Like so. So the turret cannons go in either side, and they are obviously dual wielding. So that's that. So the back had these little clips inside, which you can't really see on this video, but there are little clips inside that kind of pop into place there. And that is Megatron. Well, not actually completely, because he's got his he's got his cannon, hasn't he? He's got to put his cannon on. Get your cannon on, mate. Actually, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, boop. And he's got his cannon as well. There we go. Oh, he looks... I'm not even kidding. That is BADA double $. Love it. Absolutely love it. In robot mode is so cool. Yeah, so he looks absolutely awesome. Even with his bum on his hand, he looks, look at that. Look at that. Absolutely sensational. Yeah, I'm well into this. Well in. I know there's a lot of kibble going on back there, but he's so solid. It's awesome. I say solid. There's a lot of emptiness in there, but like, again, there's got to be some sort of give at this kind of level to be able to transform, and I totally understand that, but my goodness, they've done a great job on what he looks like. That is just fantastic, isn't it? Oh, Cobra logo above his head as well, and the Decepticon logo on his chest, and all of his usual nibbly bits, and a little tow hook as well, which I'm sure makes sense when we transform him. But that is brilliant. There's a ratcheting kind of device right at the hip, so that kind of like has a nice, like, you know, clunk 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 kind of ratchet at the hip, and then at the knee there's a very strong knee kind of you know, joint there. So it's not on a ratchet, but it's like it's on an ironhide. It's not a ratchet, but it's like, you know, very, very strong. It feels really kind of like solid. Yeah, legs really solid actually in terms of the design. And yeah, stands up. You can't see that, but yeah, he stands up nicely in this kind of pose. Very awesome. Very happy with this. Oh, fantastic. Okay. Let's have a look at the Baroness then. And I'm going to carefully remove her bubble from the card. Now, all of the G.I. Joe guys are watching this are going, oh no! Actually, half of them are going, yeah, open it, enjoy it, rip it off, destroy it. And then the other half are going, do not damage any of it. Use some sort of tool, you tool. I've kind of removed, oh I know it's painful, isn't it? I've removed the top part to get the backpack out, and the backpack is on a, oh, I see how it is. Actually, it comes off quite nicely and quite easily. So there's like a piece of plastic that connects all the way through, so you have to kind of remove the whole thing before you can take everything out. I mean, I could reach in and pick up, you know, literally grab the backpack, that's not a problem, but it's all connected inside. Okay, and I'll show you what I mean when I pull her out of the card. Okay, so card is salvageable, which is nice, and that's what I was talking about in terms of a connected piece of plastic. And yeah, so out she comes. Out she comes. Here's a figure stand. We've got a figure stand. We've got her beautiful backpack. I love that snake motif on the backpack. That's really nice. And I'll just get her out of the plastic carefully. Carefully. Okay, and also her, let's get a rifle out as well. Okay, awesome rifle, look at that, lovely detailing. And boop boop. The old flip side against my face. And we have, this is actually, it's so nice to have like a figure in hand, an O-ring figure in hand, guys. We have the Baroness. There she is, in all her glory. Now, it looks as though they have cast the face in a certain colour plastic and then painted the eyes within the glasses. I'm not sure if you can get that. I'm not sure if that comes across. Still looks really good though. The face actually looks somehow maybe better than the original. The hair looks really good too. And again, you've got all like the classic Baroness costume, version 2 costume. Well, I say version 2, the figure's version 1, but you know what I'm talking about, Joe fans. You know, she's got her like the Cobra, similar ones that are on her backpack, you've got on her wrists there, which is very nice. And then we've got all the stamps here. Now I'm gonna, you know, pop a little backpack on, see how that fits with her. And nice and snug. And it looks good, nice and snug. And it looks really cool. I don't know why I did that with her arm. She's kind of like, she's dancing. She's doing like a thriller dance there. The rifle, here's a good test for the old thumbs. Now it does feel, yeah, look, the hands, they seem to have gone with a more kind of pliable plastic. I can already feel it as I'm kind of, you know, touching them to put the rifle in her hands. And it's actually better because I feel like they're not going to snap as soon as you kind of put the hand in the handle. So there she is, with her rifle, Baroness, a rifle and her backpack, and of course her trusty figure stand, which pops onto her foot, like so. And there you have the Baroness. This is fun. I'm enjoying this, even if no one else is. Let's see her inside Megatron. Sorry, riding him like a HISS tank. Look at that. There you go. That's what we wanted to see. Megatron and the Baroness. Bonnie and Clyde. Megsy and Barrow. That's not a thing. It's not the worst TV show ever. Right, so now I suppose I've put it off this long. I suppose we better get him into a HISS tank. Kind of like at this stage looks like some sort of like crazy horrible like nightmare tank, doesn't it? This is cool as fudge. It's a complex transformation, I'll give you that much. It really is. But my goodness, it's satisfying, and the finishing move when it flips over and lands into place is so good. And you've got this little HISS tank, which is adorable. And obviously with Megatron's face sticking out the back, you can plop that on as well. There we go. Goes on the back like so. And we can even attach his big old cannon to the middle of the turret as well. So we've got a HISS tank. Look at this. Isn't that cool? And then obviously the Baroness can pop in the top there like so. Looking through a massive cannon. Yeah, and you've got like the canopy that pops up. We can whoop that up. Canopy pops up like so. There's a little clip at the front, but I'm not sure if it's on exactly as it should be, because it's so difficult doing this on camera. And she pops in there like so. Canopy down, plenty of space. Lovely stuff. There we go. The Baroness and Megatron HISS Tank transforming like it was, and it's a mission transforming this. But I think after a couple of goes, I'll have it down. And also, it is not exactly where it should be just yet. But I figured for getting this done and out there, I wanted to just, yeah, it's wicked though. Look at that. High-speed sentry. Very cool. And it's not that much grey on show either, which is even more impressive. Like, it feels natural for the grey bit underneath there and inside the tracks. Like, it doesn't feel like out of place or wrong or anything. So for that, I'm amazed, and it's nice and tight. I know that there's a couple of clips I haven't quite got into place, but I know I'm going to find it, and it's going to be satisfying as all heck. And it might just be the fact that I didn't transform it 100% correctly at some point. And that's not because it's difficult to follow, it's because I'm crap at transforming things. But anyway, HISS Tank Megatron with Baroness. Absolutely bloomin' beautiful. Should I try and transform it back? Let's do that now. That was a lot easier. It was a hell of a lot easier transforming him back. And then obviously just pop in the turret on back, like so. There we go. And he is back in black. Well, back in creamy white. Back in off-white. Dun, do do dun, do do dun. There we go. Okay. There he is. Like I said, a lot easier transforming him back, but still awesome nonetheless. So, in conclusion-tons, I absolutely love this set. The packaging is next level. The split box to cover both vintage eras, G1 for Megs and a real American hero for the Baroness, chef's kiss. The protruding bit of Megs that acts like a locking mechanism but doesn't really. Amazing. So many beautiful details, and the artwork is divine for both characters. The robot mode is way better than I ever thought it would be after seeing the figure renders, etc. The transformation is actually pretty neat as well, but also quite complicated, and the instructions seem to breeze over what was an important step, but honestly, that's been the case with the instructions for all the Transformers I've ever had. I'm starting to think I'm just crap at transforming things. The vehicle mode is outstanding. The fact that we finally have a Transformers G.I. Joe crossover that works this well and interacts with an O-ring G.I. Joe figure is wild to me. My only gripe was with the canopy not closing properly, but after a bit of wiggling, something snapped into place and the canopy closed perfectly. The vehicle mode after that point was absolutely solid. As for the Baroness, she is great. The card is a nice throwback to the vintage line, and it's just a shame we won't get any more like that going forward now that Hasbro is switching to the non-plastic packaging, but it's nice that we got this one on a bubble at least. She comes with a cool rifle, backpack and figure stand to boot, and that vintage feel is truly there at my fingertips again, like I haven't been playing with Joes for my entire adult life. Not sure about the stamp on the leg, but it's not too distracting, and I really like how strong the new O-rings feel when you give them a little tug. Easy now. Thanks again to Hasbro for giving me this awesome set so I could bumble my way through a review, and now I fully expect the Bumblebee or Striker with Stalker to be given to me because you've created a monster. Massive thank you then to Hasbro for getting me this beautiful HISS Tank and Baroness Transformers G.I. Joe crossover collaboration. It's absolutely awesome. Like, yes, I've sweated a lot transforming it, but it is actually a lot simpler than I was giving it credit for. That was just me being an idiot, really. Anyway, amazing stuff. A great HISS tank, a really cool Megatron robot mode as well, and also a Baroness O-ring. What a cool set. Hasbro, thank you so much. Thank you to the Transformers team, to the G.I. Joe team for giving me the opportunity to kind of bust this out and show you guys a little bit early. It's been a lot of fun unboxing and obviously messing around with it and showing you some cool pictures of this beautiful piece. Now I can't wait for Bumblebee and Stalker to come out, because I really want to get my hands on an Ore Striker that transforms into an Autobot. Awesome stuff, really excited. Congratulations Hasbro for smashing the classified HasLab as well. Everything's coming up Millhouse at the moment, isn't it? Thank you very much. I will be back very soon with a lot of other content for you guys to check out. You can follow us on the Full Force podcast on all of the different platforms. You know the spiel at the end of the videos. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this amazing Megatron HISS tank and O-ring Baroness figure. Okay then, well, I'll see you guys on the next episode. For now, there's only one thing we've got to do, and that is to yell at the top of our voice all of the catchphrases at once. I'm not doing that. Anyway, see you guys later. I'm out. That's it for this instalment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, Full Force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on Twitter at The Full Force, liking the Facebook page facebook.com/The Full Force, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on either of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/The Full Force podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.